Imagine this. You are planning to travel to the United States in 2026. Maybe you are waiting for your visa approval. Maybe your family immigration case is in process. Or maybe you already live in the United States and are waiting for your green card. But suddenly, new immigration policies start appearing. Visa rules are changing. Airport checks are becoming stricter, and new forms and fees are being introduced. Many immigrants are now asking one question: what exactly is happening with U.S. immigration in 2026? Today, we are going to break down the latest immigration developments that could affect travelers, visa applicants, and families around the world. These updates come from recent announcements involving the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the U.S. Department of State, and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. And some of these changes could directly impact visa approvals, green card processing, and even airport inspections. So let's go step by step and understand the biggest immigration developments of 2026. Major Update 1: Immigrant Visa Processing. Paused for dozens of countries. One of the biggest immigration developments this year involves immigrant visa processing. According to policy announcements, the United States temporarily paused immigrant visa issuance for applicants from around 75 countries while the government reviews screening procedures. This decision affects certain people applying for visas that lead to permanent residency, including family-based and employment-based immigrant visas. What does this mean for applicants? It means some visa interviews may still happen, but final visa approvals could be delayed until the review process is completed. Immigration experts say the goal of the review is to strengthen background checks and evaluate financial eligibility requirements. However, for many families who have been waiting for years, this pause could mean additional waiting time before they receive their immigrant visa. Major Update 2: New H-1B Visa. Form requirements. Another major update affects international workers. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services has introduced a new version of Form Y-129, which employers must use for work visa petitions starting in 2026. This form is commonly used for work visas, such as the H-1B program. The updated form now requires employers to provide much more detailed information about job positions. For example, the exact educational qualifications required, the specific field of study needed, the minimum work experience required, whether the position includes supervisory responsibilities. The purpose of this change is to ensure that work visa petitions match real job requirements and to improve transparency in the selection process. For international workers hoping to work in the United States, this means employers will need to prepare more detailed documentation before submitting petitions. Major Update 3: Premium processing fees increased. Another important change in 2026 involves immigration processing fees. The U.S. government has increased certain premium processing fees, which allow applicants to receive faster decisions on immigration petitions. Premium processing is often used for work visas, employment-based green cards, and student work authorizations. The fee increases are part of a rule that allows the government to adjust fees periodically based on inflation. Officials say the goal of the fee increase is to support faster processing and reduce immigration backlogs. However, for many applicants and employers, these higher fees mean immigration applications could become more expensive. Major Update 4: Stricter border screening and biometric checks. Another major development involves border security and airport inspections. In recent policy updates, the U.S. government expanded the use of biometric technology at airports and border crossings. This includes facial recognition and fingerprint collection for many non-citizens entering or leaving the country. The goal is to improve tracking of visa overstays and strengthen national security. But for travelers, this could mean longer inspection times at airports and more detailed identity verification during entry and exit. Major Update 5: New policies affecting asylum applicants. The U.S. government is also reviewing rules related to asylum applications. Under proposed policy changes, asylum applicants may face longer waiting periods before applying for work authorization. Some proposals suggest extending the waiting period to 365 days after filing an asylum application before applying for a work permit. Supporters say the change is intended to discourage fraudulent claims. Critics argue that it may create financial hardship for people waiting for protection decisions. What these changes mean for immigrants. So, what do all these updates mean for immigrants and visa applicants? The main message is simple. Immigration policies are changing rapidly. Rules that existed a few years ago may not be the same today. Applicants who are planning to move to the United States should stay informed about the latest policies, visa requirements, and documentation rules, because sometimes a small change in policy can affect thousands of applications worldwide. Advice for visa applicants in 2026. Immigration experts often recommend several steps for applicants navigating the immigration system. First, always verify information from official government sources before submitting applications. Second, ensure that all documents and forms are up to date. Third, stay informed about policy announcements that may affect visa processing times or eligibility requirements. And finally, when dealing with complex immigration cases, consulting a qualified immigration attorney can help applicants avoid costly mistakes. Final thoughts. Immigration has always been a complex process, but in recent years it has become even more dynamic. New policies, new technology, and new screening procedures are reshaping how immigration works in the United States. For applicants, the most important thing is preparation. When you understand the rules before you apply, you can avoid delays, mistakes, and unnecessary complications. And as immigration policies continue to evolve, staying informed will remain the most powerful tool for anyone planning to live, work, or study in the United States.